Well, I guess we should start here, at the beginning. Hello everyone, my name's Elmer the Ghost, and I am the star, the executive producer, and just the all-around creative mastermind behind the Haunted Mansion with Puppets series. That's right, there's some other fool out there claiming that he did all the work and all the directing and all the set building and lighting and filming and puppeteering and acting, but let's be honest. He's nobody. Oh, look at that handsome gentleman. What a star. Oh, he's the best. What a guy. He deserves an award. Stole the show right there. Anyhow, there's a little commentary for the first few episodes of this Haunted Mansion, which, thankfully because of me, it exists and is just a triumphant hit across the world. Oh, there's this guy. Oh, he never went to acting school. He's just, he's a star. That so-called director, what's his name, N.R. Van Slambrook? Yeah, I think he was just keeping us up late at night. He just, long hours, all day long, and I think we were sort of at the end of our ropes. That's why I sound so strange. There's some beautiful artwork here. There's Patrick McHale, there's Edward Gorey, a friend of mine named Kurt Prather. There's a strange beast. But I'm not going to be second fiddle to some hand over a clock, I'll tell you that much, ladies and germs. Oh yes. Acting is really in the moments between the moments, in the subtlety and in the reacting. It's just genius performance here. Should be in a Paul Thomas Anderson film. Some of this was shot on the green screen with books hanging on fishing line, if you can believe it, and then we can posit it in later. It's pretty strange stuff, I guess. Yeah, look how Halloweenish this is. The colors, everything about it. But mostly that guy, that floating guy. Oh, what a gem. What an American treasure. All of those tombstones, yep, they were designed by me, not by the director. I designed each one, painted them, mounted them, I built those clouds back there even. Now, you see, filmmaking is, none of it's real. We're all playing pretend here on the set. And, but I really give my all to the performance and to the creation of the world. And so, it's transcendent, really. That guy taking all the credit. Typical August 2019. That was the 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland. Moment in time worth celebrating. All of this is filmed in a spare bedroom. Some dingy old spare bedroom in a Hollywood apartment, if you can believe it. And this is the first episode here. This guy is definitely the supporting actor. I don't appear until the end, but yeah, he's my backup. Without him, I couldn't be the star that I am in the show. Lots of little details. That was the Evil Dead car going by. That's the Mad Max car in the background. Those houses are based on the director's homes that he grew up in. One from San Francisco. That one's in San Jose. The last one is from Massachusetts. There's the stair car from Arrested Development, a very funny show. Once Upon a Time. Yeah. All these leaves were filmed on green screen and added in. Oh, there's a beautiful DeLorean from 1985's Back to the Future for all you kids out there. And, yeah, this guy's dressed as a ghost, but I find his representation of us ghosts as reductive and offensive. And, I hope one day he walks a mile in my ghost shoes and sees what it's really like. This dog was all right. It would work for treats, but if you didn't have treats on you, you can just forget about it. She was quite a diva. Yeah, this is just this guy walking around. This is like Lord of the Rings. La 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 la. Yeah, here's a cemetery. Just Just walking through a cemetery, eh, bud? Oh yes, that's one of my favorite movies, Evil Dead. There's the cabin back there. Very spooky indeed. I remember the director told me once he watched Army of Darkness, at age 8. It was a defining moment in his life, which is pretty weird. What a weirdo that guy is. There's the reveal of the mansion. Keep getting closer and closer. Hope he doesn't have to walk too much further until we get to the hero of this saga. It became a saga. It was initially going to be 1 episode, and somehow it's ballooned into 5. What a guy. What a handsome guy. Even from that distance, you can see chiseled features, really like Shakespearean level performances, just floating down the stairs with the greatest of ease. Can't be beat. You can't teach that sort of thing. Just magnificent. This is a recreation of the hallway. Once you get off the elevators at Disneyland and you walk towards the carriages, it's kind of a hallway like that with lightning. Very spooky indeed. This is a speech for the ages. I mean, come on. Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, Orson Welles in his prime. They never had anything on this lad, the star of stage and screen. Thank God all those other ghosts finally crossed, so we can get to the meat of this thing. Oh, what a guy. What a gem. To be continued, indeed. And, yeah, that guy again. Jeez. His name keeps cropping up everywhere. This is very reminiscent of growing up in the 80s and the 90s, when you had to watch television on an actual channel, and they would have, the card saying what was coming up next. Very reminiscent of the Halloween nights of my youth. So I think that was a wonderful inclusion in this episode. Yeah, that guy, typical. And just picks up right where we left off. Not a moment wasted with this grand performance. I'm really giving it my all here. My co-star wasn't, more like co-actor. I don't know if I'd call him a star. More like, the guy who was standing next to me. He didn't give me much. He fell down a couple times. It's like, geez, watch your step, bud. What are you doing? This episode gets a little darker, but I think, it's inherent in Halloween and sort of the aesthetic of that time of year. It's okay to be a little scared. It's okay to be a little dark and eerie. I think it's part of the charm of that time of year. Oh my goodness gracious, he's got a pumpkin head. How bizarre. What a weirdo. Look at him go, he's spinning and everything. What a fellow. Yeah, I don't think that's your real head, son. Back to him again, huh? He's gonna get all the close-ups? Jeez. Should talk to the editor. Bet you dollars to donuts it's that NR guy, that Van Slambrook fellow. But here we go. What's better than 1 Elmer the Ghost? Let me tell you, it's 2. I think I'm gonna have a word with the production team here. I think the more Elmers per episode, the better. If we could get at least, 12 to 1,300 in there, I think we'd have a bona fide hit. We're talking Lord of the Rings level here. We're talking highest grossing film of all time. And there that fool goes. I'm just trying to hang out with the guy, but he's just like, can't be bothered. Like, how offensive can he be to me? La 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 la. There's a little montage scene that utilizes sequences from the original trailer, but we sort of redesigned them to suit our needs. It's a floating wine bottle and glass shot separately and composited in, which I thought was very clever, though it did stain the carpets in the bedroom, something awful. But thankfully I never paid a security deposit on this house, and so They won't be gouging me once it's time to move. I painted that in the background. My friend Kurt painted that one. Edward Gorey. Oh, who could forget the gargoyles from the stretching room? Yeah, I'm really having to hold back. I mean, I'm the fastest runner on planet Earth, and this fool is just like slugging it. He's just being a slug, and I'm, pretending like I couldn't catch him instantly. That fool wouldn't stand a chance. Look at him all covered in cobwebs. What a bizarre fellow. How eccentric. Oh, he's making me run upstairs. What a guy. Yeah, you better run, fool. And here we go. Initially, this was just all going to be part of the first episode. It was basically just going to be one episode where I chase this little weirdo through the house, and then he becomes a ghost himself. But then in the end, we learn to be friends, and all that good cheery, all that good Halloween cheer. But being the creative mastermind, and frankly, genius that I am, I decided, why not keep the party going? The world needs more Elmer. And I think you'd all agree. I think that this will likely end up being at least, 96 episodes long. And probably some of them are just going to be close-ups on my face for 10 to 20 minutes. Because I'm here to give the internet what it needs. So yes, here's the sequence on the roof. We worked very hard at this. It's not easy to be out there in the rain. That CGI rain. But I worked very hard on that breathing sequence. Why, I don't know. I'm just watching the film now. I'm not talking about the film. This was cool. It always felt like a sort of an homage to 2001: A Space Odyssey. It just gets weird with the ghost of Ben Future coming to warn him in the past about the trials and tribulations he'd face moving forward. It has a bleak ending, but it's interesting. It just leaves a lot of possibilities for what could happen next. And I think that's what's the most fascinating. And I know it says to be concluded, which isn't exactly a lie. It's more like it will be eventually concluded, even if we need 2 to 5 more episodes to end the story. We're just having a good time here. We're just enjoying ourselves. All these fine people. They all contributed so much to this process, and even though this is a one-man show, I couldn't have done it without them. They really make this possible for us to keep going, and we hope you appreciate the films, and we hope you keep watching, and we'll see you the next time for the next one. Cheers. Goodbye.